Oh, yeah. Coming in hot as always, Call to the Pen HQ. It's Thursday, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the big show that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. Some people started watching it not knowing what it was, and they're going to keep watching it forever just because it's the big man with the big mouth and the big apple. Of course, the usual suspects up in the crew, 8-9, D-Rock, Mike K, Nick J, OPMG. What's up, everybody? Please get ready for another big one. I really enjoy these. I enjoy doing the analysis, I should say, for these shortened slates. There's games going on today. Again, people, we really are starting to hit our groove as far as the coverage goes. That's ignoring the early stuff. I think yesterday was perfect. Sinking our teeth into the nighttime stuff, giving everyone later on, the normal people, a chance to work, go home, listen to this stuff on the way home, hopefully have a laugh with us, learn something, get in a plus EV bet, and then make some cash. And then we'll do the daytime daily parlays. How do you like that? Although maybe I wonder if I could squeeze you for a couple likes. Make sure you press the like button because that stuff matters more than it should. Follow me up at John Legeza on the Bird app, the Twitter machine. Yeah, Larry, we did have the F5 thing going, but the total bases just couldn't scratch it for my life. Yesterday, and such as life in the big city. Plus, when you're betting plus 125, you're not supposed to be as confident as we are. I think, right? So maybe it's a testament to the work we're doing. Hopefully, it's just that. All right, enough of that. More of this. Fastest show in MLB absolutely anywhere. Take that bad boy to the bank. Tyler C in the house with the daytime DJs. You know it. Man, you know it. If you're hanging here, like you're really into it. You're really, really into it because, gosh, we're doing it all, right? Is anything quite like this? I'm not sure. It's a betting show. But, man, it's theory, it's analysis. We're doing some stat application. And even some lifestyle stuff, squeezing in some life stuff. All right, come on, let's get into the baseball stuff. As I said, we're not ignoring the 12, 20, and 12:35 games, but we are. All right, we're going to do all the afternoon stuff, right? They're not that many, so we are going to start at 3:40 to 4 p.m. And then hopefully circle back, and include some of that stuff in it. I'm realizing there's a 1 o'clock and a 2 o'clock, 3 and 4. I didn't want to just focus on the nighttime stuff. We did get a little granular. So let's dive up into it. Yeah, every single day, man. Right, Jay Bird? Every single day. I think, if anything, we are really, the show's kind of starting from square one. So, viewer counts and stuff could be a little bit low. I try not to get too into totals. It's more about, right, like the work we're doing. It's more into trajectories. And the people we've got, we're keeping, right? I mean, right, once you got a kind of whiff of what's going on here, it's kind of hard to go back. Plus, there's plenty of hours in the day. If you're into this stuff, you're probably listening to lots of content. Hopefully, this is adding some value. Speaking of value, head over to Twitter. I'll take you to Sharpener. The link is free. You could follow along all these awesome stats, pitching matchups, split team data, bullpen stats, algo scores, bets, just everything and more. As I think of it, I add it. All right, let's get up into it. So again, we're going to start in the afternoon. We got Cardinals. We got Giants. It's Miles Michaelis and the Redbirds up against the San Francisco Treats and Logan Spider Webb. Oh, man, it's been a really rough go for Michaelis. Now, granted, I didn't know it would be this bad, but he was the type of pitcher I was fading in fantasy, kind of contact, right? I mean, again, I have the futures tickets to back it up. You following the same thing, man. That the Cy Young ticket has McClanahan, Shohei Ohtani. Those guys looking pretty good, right? Jesus Luzardo, we want swing and miss. But wheels falling off for Michaelis. 7.46 ERA, 1.89 whip, OPS north of 1,000. The earn run estimators or just way higher than you want. Again, lots of blue ink. I conditionally format this stuff like Savant, red hot, good, blue, cold, bad. Expected ERA over 7.3. Yikes. 18% K2 low. The walk rate is low also, but single digits swinging the strike. Below average chase rate, above average in zone contact. Now, the BABIP is through the roof, but you got to be careful looking for just order regression. Why? 41% hard hit, 12% barrel, more than 2 home runs per 9. Right? That's a 476 expected WOBA on contact. Righties and lefties each have a minimum 945 WOBA against. So my notes, I'm going to try and swing over. You'll see I'm going for the stat sheet to the granular notes. This is what, right, as we shrink the slate, get the microscope out. I wrote the word trash. Huh? Trash? Question mark. 25 innings, 21 earned, 6 home runs. This is Michael. It's the velo down. Not quite a mile an hour, but he doesn't really have to spare. Fastball, slider, and the sinker each have a minimum 650 X slug. Lefties and righties both batting at least 359 BA, Hachi, Machi, Liberace. Bring up those player props. I swear I'm eventually going to get this giant one right. How about my man Jock Jams? What's a Jock Peterson look like? I went for Yaz. I'm going to shooting a little higher in the lineup. Sometimes they bury Yaz. As good as he's been. And he has been good. Right? When we're looking for the guy going to beat up on righties on the Giants, right? You got to give me Jock Peterson. It's been good so far this year. And then again, I got some granular stuff. I'm trying to balance it. So Peterson this year against righties, 45 plate appearances, 297 batting average, 568 slug, 968 OPS, right? All the delicious stuff that we're looking for. A triple, 2 doubles, and 2 homers for Peterson, right front of the lineup always. I'm just double checking. I want to make sure I'm balancing. Yeah, he's back off the IL. He's batting 4th. So before the books catch back up to Peterson, being back and being really good against righties. Last 477 PAs, right? So he went back last year. 76% contact, 54 hard hit, 16 barrel. That's an 891 OPS, a 390 expected WOBA. I saw plus 135 this morning. I might have moved it. Yeah, plus 130. Let's go. Drop a dime on Jock Peterson. 2 bases, extra base hit machine. Remember, quoting ISO, he has a 270 ISO. That's 27% extra base hit rate. Of course, we're looking for 4 to 5 swipes at this. So hopefully we'll get it. Other side, Logan Webb. Bit of a mixed bag on the surface, right? But again, I think that's where you come here. So 30 2/3, 4.4 ERA, not great. 114 whip is very good. 782 OPS is not right. Remember, 3 points make the line. But the XFIP, Sierra, PFIP, below 2.7. Remember, you got to keep your eye on earned run estimators below 3. They're very hard to get below 3. 30% K rate to only 3% walk, 26 K minus walk. We love that. Nearing a 33% CSW, living in the shadow realm. He might be number 1 in the league, 47.5 shadow. I do like to add contact metrics. Again, you can get that on the pitching sheet. It's free. Follow along. Use it on your own. Those are my favorite people, the people that do their own work. He's keeping it down, 60% ground ball rate. Just ridiculous, right? A lot of hard hit balls and some barrels. The misses have been bad. But a 289 expected WOBA, that's another one you always want to look at, right? When you're looking at amalgamated stats, to be under 295, 300 even. Fantastic stuff from Webb. He has given up 4 earned runs in 3 of 5. But he went 6, gave up 1. Went 6 2/3, gave up 4. Went 7, gave up 2. The thing is, you're getting distance from him. So I did notice the OPS against lefties a bit high, 850 OPS, against lefties for Webb this is. But it's only just 2 sliders that can hit for home runs. So I'm not sure I'm buying it. He's backing up with a change, 42% whiff. So I think the Giants going to win this one running away also. I got to keep this one in mind for the parlay. This is a perfect parlay shot, right? The run line will get some nice, lovely odds. But for the serious bet, I think the one I like the most is the Jock Jams to feast on Michael. Hopefully we get it like right in the first inning. Those are my favorite ones. Offense been a bit of a mixed bag. Also, the St. Louis offense we loved coming out of the box so hot, really, looking pretty human. Last 7, 693 OPS, 34 O swing. That walk rate to hang their hat on, not so great. Now, Goldschmidt getting going yesterday, but it's been a rough go. San Francisco is starting to get it going now, right? We like to talk about teams in terms of sine waves and stuff. So when we talk about last 7, it's not looking at last 7 to predict. It's like looking at last 7 and how it counteracts, right? How it interacts with the rest of the statistics, right? Looking for kind of trend indication when getting up off the mat. Giants 320B, OBP 747 OPS, the barrel rate, which is what you want to look for Giants. We've covered them being kind of a sellout for power team. So I really like what we see from them. The bullpen, I think, has been a bit scary, right? And that's going to be why this goes in the parlay bin. Giants, 4 ERA, but a 1.35 whip last 52 innings, 88 zone contact. St. Louis also, which I thought would be very good. They are getting strikeouts, but bottom 3 in hard hit rate, bottom 8 home runs per 9. The things that kind of get you in trouble. So let's move it up. Let's take the Jock Peterson, and we're going to try and remember that Giants play for the parlay when we circle back, which we hit yesterday, 6-1, right? And again, gosh, quick lesson, then we'll dive back into the games. Something Jay and I were talking about off air. For all the analysis I do, right? I think it's very good. I believe in it. Hopefully it's entertaining and people are learning and stuff. But yeah, I have a couple thousand hours in the model at this point. So I'm always at odds with it, right? And I'm very open and honest with myself, with you. Like, I guess I could just print the model and just bet by the model. In fact, it's very funny. I have followers that do. And they write to me, Johnny, no offense at all. I'm going, I generally don't bet against the model, but I won't play everything the model recommends. And they're like, I do, because it knows better than you do, So I'm always at odds with the machine. So the same way I'm at odds with the machine, don't be afraid to be at odds with me, right? Like if you don't agree with something I'm into, you shouldn't be auto-tailing anybody, which is why, for the 24 cents a day, I put in my betting package or whatever. I hope I'm adding value beyond the picks. We are happy to be up, and I don't even care about that. Up or down. I'm bringing you the data. I'm bringing you the split stuff. And the model works, so you could put it all together yourself. All right, let's get back up into the games. My gosh, those total base props were an abject disaster yesterday. Led by our boy Mikey Trout. Bring him up again. We're going back to the well again. Mike Trout. I can't believe it. The Angels again. Where the model does highlight things, right? So I had the Angels scoring a ton of runs, which of course they did. I had all the righties doing a lot of damage, which of course they did, and it just. It wasn't our guy Trout. It was everybody else. So it's Elephants balancing on beach balls. The Athletics and JP Sears going to Anaheim and LA, whatever that means. Just kidding. That was the worst when they did that. And Shohei, the Gotani, Sears, it's been a really rough go for my former Yankee prospect. 4.98 ERA, 111 WHIP is good, but the 805 OPS way too high. Earner estimator is kind of telling the tale, right? FIP, expected ERA, deserved ERA, all at 5 or above. The walk rate nice and low, which we like. K-minus walk in check. He wins in, he wins out. So there is some stuff for Sears. That's why I kind of have him on a lot of draft champions teams. When you're getting these guys up 500-600 ADP, but. It's been a bit of bad math. The missing has been an issue, right? 50 fly ball, 17 barrel, nearly 450 expected wall ball on contact. Righties, 825 with more than 3 home runs per 9. So that's where we want to go. Down to Kokomo. Also, Sears, that fastball down a mile an hour so far to 92. 50% use, 603 X slug, the 29 whiff. He's able to maintain the whiff because the shape is good. 17 vertical, 12 horizontal, right? Nice amount of horizontal run, arm side run. Even giving the decent amount of that's 17 inches of vertical too much, right? Went the number down. When you get to 19, you're basically throwing a sinker. But the changeup's kind of damaged also. He's not locating well. 730 X slug on the changeup. So right-handed hitters on the year, check it out. Only a 222 BA, but a 556 slug, responsible for all the homers. So is Trout again at even money? Again, maybe I got ahead of myself. I didn't see it again. I started talking. Yeah, okay. Second high, Trout 105. Again, I almost feel like while Trout is healthy, if he's at plus money, providing he's not facing like a total ace, even when he is, but let's say he's just anytime he's not, you got to think you'd almost take a blind. HDC, what's up? Fire Sports, what's up? Welcome aboard, my friend. The show that never ends. We're back on the Mike Trout train, even though he let us down, but especially for baseball, remember, and especially league plus odds. So if you bet the same amount today as you did yesterday, and Mike Trout hits, it's a winning venture. The Mike Trout venture is a win. It's only 5%, but it is 5%. And in trading terms, that's pretty darn good. So just keep that stuff in mind. Again, Sears, abject disaster. Otani, not so much. 28 innings on the year, 0.64 ERA, 0.82 whip. I mean, he's just getting better. And it's FIP, expected ERA, all 2.2 or less. Deserved ERA at 0.5, yes. Rubbing my eyes, but it's true. 36% K. The walk rate's too high at 14, but it doesn't matter because he's living on the edges. 36 whiff, 32.5 CSW. The chase rate, I guess, not great, right? Because the breaking stuff is just so crazy. Hitters, are not always offering, but he can throw him for strikes. 75% in zone contact rate. Wow. I mean, you just can't get it. 28% hard hit, 0 barrel, 0 blast, 0 home run, 236 expected WOBA for Otani. He's been ridiculous on the bump. Went 7, gave up 0, 2 of the last 3. The one in the middle was the rain-shorted outing also. So it's sweeper, fastball, four-seamer, and cut fastball. Responsible for 85% of the arsenal. with a better than 30% whiff rate. This guy's phenomenal. And then he throws a splitter, like from time to time, as like an out pitch, 61% whiff rate on that one. He's just awesome. Ohtani is, legit GOAT. LA offense really picking up last 7, 336 OBP, 855 OPS. That's top 3. Not striking out, pairing it with an 89% zone contact rate. So they're getting the stick on everything. At the center of the 367 team WOBA, last 7, that's top 3 also. Remember, whenever you mention the A's, you mention the bullpen. Do not bet against the A's first 5. 55 innings last 14 days, 7.85 ERA, 1.8 WHIP. Less than 1% K minus walk from your bullpen. 47.5 hard hit, 9 barrel, 1.5 home runs per 9. So again, you could pretty much bet against the A's in the run line almost every single day. That one probably makes another good parlay bet also. Going to keep it in mind. I find run lines are where I end up, right? Because they're a bit greedy trying to cover spreads in baseball. Hard enough to find a winner. Legit, it is. We know that. And it's funny because the answer is not favorites. It's identifying the dogs, right? Yesterday, Washington. Day before, Detroit. I should have bet Detroit individually. It's so stupid of me. Finding the FI pitcher matchups and hitting it, right? Gore yesterday, Josiah Gray the day before, Spencer Turnbull, right? Those are the guys. That's how you're going to win on sides in baseball. Market's still relatively sharp. It's not even that the market's sharp. The books just know you could lean on the juice to the favorite, and the public most likely is going to take it. Seems to be set for the over. So there you have it. Feather in the cap. Boop, 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 boop. No one cares about the analysis tomorrow, but hopefully that's a lesson that might stay with you. Big Johnny and Jaybird bringing to you 115 off the crack of the bat. Call to the Pen HQ, part of the Hammer Betting Network. Rate, review, and subscribe. And stick your cartoon finger way up inside me. The Lord knows there's plenty of room. All right, who's up next? It's Blackbirds wearing orange vests. Baltimore Orioles and Kyle Gibson. Is he good? I'm not sure. Going to Detroit, 8-mile Detroit Rock City to face Los Tigres and Joey Wentz and the boys. Take a look at Gibson first. 30 innings pitched, 3.6 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, OPS at 744. Earn run indicators all not really buying it, about 4.5 or worse. Expected ERA, Sierra, PFIP at 4.5. 20% K too low. The CSW is there. It gets a lot of cold strikes. Those are not sticky. Although that doesn't mean that they're not good. It just, my problem with cold strikes a lot of times is oftentimes there are, meet Fire Sports, O's and Angel Shore. A lot of times cold strikes, I'm not sure if I can quantify this. They happen early in counts when a pitcher is able to throw breaking stuff for a strike, but the second time through the order, it doesn't fly. Hitters are more aggressive. So you can get a guy like Gibson, 30 CSW is a benchmark for being really good, but 20% K, 9.8 swing strike, 31 O swing, 89 zone contact. That's not how you piece together, a strong strikeout profile. The misses have also been bad. 12% barrel, 6% blast, 397 expected WOBA on contact. That's really bad for Gibson. So he's getting hit. He's getting hit hard. And it's not just ground ball rates, which is why we like the ex-WOBA stat. So I have Gibson great the last 4 times out. With the new sweeper that he's throwing to righties, only 43% whiff rate. That's at the key of the success, the new sweeper. The problem here, lefties going nuts. 303 batting average, 571 slug. That fastball to lefties at the center of the problem, 1,100 expected slug. I couldn't find anything to sink my teeth into as far as Detroit, Jaybird, while I'm babbling. Do me a favor, bring up the home run props, please. I just couldn't find a darn thing that I liked. Detroit, without a left-handed hitter that has a better than 750 OPS against righties on the season. Really gross. McKinstry popping if you start really zooming in. But it's been a tough go. I did want to take a look at Kerry Carpenter. That was the name I was looking at. Kerry Carpenter, home run. Oh, yes. Oh, baby. Oh, I saw 10-1. I was going off. I didn't know. That was no. That was McKinstry. Jay, I'm starting to follow the cursor. You and I you're speaking to me. My digital seance hanging with Mr. Cooper. All right, let's go Kerry Carpenter home run. Yeah, we love plus 750. That's beautiful. So let's put it's just $2 on the homers because we're going 10. As the season pushes on and we open up the risk, hopefully we're ahead. These numbers are going to go up again. If you're a little more aggressive, by all means. So I mentioned the fastball, and I think that's going to be it. Carpenter, I actually don't. I'm sorry, I actually don't have that one on me. I had it. I must not have wrote it down. Carpenter, their best fastball hitter. I'm afraid to bring up the program that does it. Sometimes it plays audio and stuff. So give me Kevin Carpenter home run. I think if he gets it, it's going to go. Right? It's going to be the fastball. So I'm not even relying on the total bases. I'm not even interested in that part. Let's do the flip side, Joey Wentz. Gosh, it's been really ugly for Wentz. I'm surprised that he's going to end up on a midnight train to Tuscaloosa. 16 and 2/3, 7.6 ERA, 1.5 WHIP, the OPS at 800. I mean, you just can't allow that. FIP, XFIP, Sierra, and deserved ERA all north of 5. 8% came on a small. Can't get away with that. The first strike rate is there, but he doesn't get any chases. Then ends up in the zone. 54 fly ball, 6% blast, nearly 2 home runs per 9. Right, that's how you're going to get in trouble. It's been all righties doing all the damage against Wentz. So I have some notes here. Now, I get it, what the Tigers like about Wentz, right? I'm trying to figure out what this guy's doing up here because my note just says woof in capital letters. So somebody tweeted me Alex Trebek with a dog hat or wolf hat on with a wolf, and I got a good laugh at that. So, we always look for the fastball. Okay. 93 miles an hour, not great. Again, prepare for some context, right? Nuance incoming. The stuff that you get when you hang with us here. Hammer. Both in the Pen HQ, the redhead stepchild, right? So 93 miles an hour, not great, but they love the shape of the fastball. So 14 inches of vertical is very good, but it also pairs it with 11 inches of arm side run. So anytime you have double-digit arm side run, you have something very good cooking. Anytime you have even 14, I'd say it's usually 13 and a half or lower, but 14's right there, especially when paired with 11. This is fantastic shape for a fastball. The thing is, fastball shape on its own is not enough. You have to throw it high, and you have to miss high also. Meaning, it's more than just a shape. You're hearing these diagnostic stuff that I love. Remember, that's only a piece of the pie. So the problem with Wentz is not the shape. The velo is not great. Also, again, if you're gonna have good shape without location, you need what? The big time velo, which he doesn't have. So think of again 3 points, right? People again. Oh man, I'm just dropping dimes right now, kid. But that's what this life's all about, and that's what understanding this game is all about. The ebbs and the flows, and it's impossible to predict, so we don't do that, right? We look to build the strongest inputs to put ourselves in the strongest probabilistic scenario, to win. So when you're looking at fastball, velo, shape, location, right? And again, of course, you could keep spinning combinations, mirroring, tunneling, sequencing, and stuff, but these are the main pillars, right? So he's failing 2 of 3, and we've seen the subsequent results, right? 7.05 xlog, unacceptable, 20% whiff rate, too low, contact allowed too high, but he's force feeding at 45% use, right? So the curve and the change are both very good pitches. So this guy Wentz has some potential for all the woof that was kind of tongue-in-cheeking. Minimum 30% whiff on those 2 secondaries. The splits are just no good because he throws too many fastballs. When he misses with the secondaries, they don't induce chases, right? So you see how we put the tapestry together. 266 WOBA on the year against lefties, which is incredible. But 366 to righties, you can't do that against the majority share. And all the damage is on the fastball. So bring up those player props for the Orioles, per favore. I think I have. Okay, so I'm just going to try not to spin you too fast. Let's go Austin Hayes total bases. But if the Hayes home run is there, we're going to combine it. Okay, so plus 115 is good. The home run at 550 is not great. But he really is like an all or nothing. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. We're going to put $2 on the home run for Hayes and then fall back to a hybrid from Mountcastle. Okay, so $2 on you're getting at least plus 500 on the Hayes home run. Watch, let me lay it out. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so hold on. Just give me a second. Whenever you get Baltimore lefty, you got to remember they are very targeted with the lineup. I'm going to have that also, nuance and context, people. So when they face a lefty, Austin Hayes is the leadoff hitter, right? This is not reflected in that pricing because he bats 7th and 9th. Him and Cedric Mullins kind of flip flopping. So you love Hayes in these spots because they're fronting him first. He's getting an extra PA. The average is low at 241. But he's a killer because what are we looking for, right? Is that bad fastball that I mentioned. So we're going to hope to jump on it. I mentioned 241 BA, but this is against lefties year-to-date, Austin Hayes. 50% hard hit, 28 barrel, 22% blast, a 402 expected WOBA. Right? So he's killing it ball when he gets to it. So that's why we're going to go with the home run prop. Then we're going to hit the brakes, quick pivot code of Mountcastle. On the season, 34 PAs against lefties, 333 batting average, 1051 OPS. That's a 394 ISO, nearly 40% extra base hit rate, a double, and 4 shamalama ding-dongs. Got some granular stuff for you, too. Mountcastle, 59 hard hit, 21 barrel, a 500 xWOBA against lefties on the season. So with the hybrid, can we go? I guess we go 2 and 10. Let's go nuts. Woo! Let's go nuts. 2 on the home run at plus 400. Remember, we're drawing 400 as the minimum. If I'm not getting 400, I'm not betting a home run that starts with a 3. We got at least plus 430. Loving it. So it's $2 on the bomb, $10 on the total base. So we're getting even money on that as well. Plus 100. I think I got that earlier today as well. So again, people, right, how you can play a lot without exceeding your risk limit, right? Again, we're dropping dimes, 1/10 of a unit. 1 unit equals 1% of stack. Why am I betting so little? Because it's only April. This is still like the data collection phase, man. I don't want to get killed. I don't want you to lose money. I don't want to get beat up. And if it's too conservative, I put out the rest of the work. Go get it. Like, use this analysis, use the algo work, use the data on your own, and be more aggressive. I can't do it to the public. We're picking up a lot of new bettors, people that don't even know what these terms mean. We can't have them getting slashed, right? That's not what we're here for. That's the opposite of what we're here for. So again, I care maybe a little too much, but again, I might be the regulator. I might be what's keeping us from maxing out our profit, but I just have to. That's part of it, right? That's part of the recipe here, unfortunately. So, all right, enough of that about not making money. Let's get back into making money. It's the Nationals going to the Mets. Trevor Williams, man, we love the Nats, man. Today's not the day, but we love those Nats. We bet on the Pirates, bet on the Nats, scoring all year. Remember, people, what we're going to do, we got to get these team totals. When there's a full game and it's near that plus money, as much as I love the F5 stuff, it goes fast, man. It's a very small sample, can get you in trouble. We want to be picking on these bad bullpens. So I'm going to make sure going forward that I'm looking at that. All right, let's get into Trevor Williams. He's always just been a guy to me, right? I think he's overperforming. 3.38 ERA, 1.08 WHIP, very low, 7.18 OPS is like, wow, this is pretty good. But XFIP, expected ERA, Sierra, all at 4.9 or worse. Stuff plus on the fastball can be found on the sheet at 75. 15% K is too low. The walk rate's nice and low, below 5, but 7 swinging strike. He does get ahead, and he doesn't do some chases. But you can get him in the zone, and the misses are bad because the stuff is so bad, right? 13% barrel, 361 xWOBA, over 400 expected WOBA on contact, right? So these are the kind of the regression things we're looking for. Like, if he's getting hit really hard. Lefties doing lots of damage. This is funny. So, all right, Trevor Williams again. The fastball at the center of the problems. It's down. I'm almost a mile and a half. 43 U, 686 X slug, 13 whiff. Not any good. Too much hard hit. Not enough whiffs. Lefties year to date on the fastball have an 850 X slug. I was having a hard time finding a match. Nimmo burned us yesterday. We probably should go back to the well today. But like, that just really hurt. What's a Nimmo prop look like? I should go back to the well today. Because he's leading off. The guy's got a 330 batting average and is off a bad day. Come on, let's do it. I'm going to feel like a Shtanad if he leads off with a double. Again, this is what responsible betting kind of looks like. It's not, I'm positive that this is going to win 400 unit whale smash. It's not. We're working within range of outcomes. We're computing positive odds within a responsible risk plan. Like, how boring is this? But that's what it is. That's what winning over the long term looks like, right? That's not what winning over the short term looks like, and I understand that. And this is the second time today I've kind of had to admit that this isn't the rocket ship, max rocket ship, go. But it's also why I like the parlay stuff, because you could do it again responsibly. So enough bad stuff. No, Nimmo's not hitting any home runs, but I will rock with the total bases. Because he's been so strong again, and I'm not buying the Williams stuff. I'm not buying it. And like he pops, right? I think we gotta get with it. Let me just bring it up again. Hold on, I have it right here. I'm sorry. So this is Nimmo on the year, 67 plate appearances. So we're even getting like a sample. 321 BA, 911 OPS. The ISO's a bit low at 151, but it's 2 homers and 2 doubles. So we are getting better than positive odds. So let's go with Nimmo. Other side, Joey of the New York Lucchese's. He only gave us 7 innings. We haven't seen him in a while. He didn't give up any runs. And looked ridiculously good. 37.5 K rate, 30 came on his walk. 80% first strike, 40% O swing. Like, I know it's one game, but he was getting up, getting ahead, getting swings and misses, getting distance, 7 innings, 9 Ks. He was, doing all the things you want in a single game. But it's all the sinker, right? 61% use, 233 X-Lug, 25 whiff. Pretty good. But 61% use worries me a bit, but it's filthy. The thing is, and again, you don't get this anywhere else, I had to dive in because I was wondering. So he only throws 2 pitches. It's sinker curve, but they have the illest mirroring effect, right? That's like when you're looking at observed spin in the clock face and they want to oppose each other. And it just messes with hitters. Seeing a ball just spin completely different directions really messes up. You actually go on the Savant page and look at it, and they show it to you simultaneously, and you'll see how it's. Try and follow. That's what I had a hitter explain this to me. Try and follow both of them at the same time. And you'll see it's just very confusing. It's like one of those optical illusion things, and oftentimes it's the answer. So Joey Lucchese has been really, really good. The Washington offense, not one to F with right now. On the season, I mean, bottom 5 across the board and everything that matters. But, right, except for K rate, they don't strike out. They put the stick on the ball, and this materialized in a 340 OBP last 7 with the 11% walk rate, and that's how you do it. But on the season, it's pretty bad. 660 OPS, 47 ground ball, 4% barrel, 299 WOBA. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. They're a little bit better against lefties than righties. 316 expected WOBA on the season opposed to 277. Like, look out, right? That's where you go get. We want Washington against lefties. I just don't think it's this one. So I think I'm going to probably leave this one. Let's take a scope in the bullpen. Yeah, that was the other problem here. As much as I want to feel like maybe New York runs away with it, the Washington bullpen has been awesome. And not just like in a small set, 34 innings last 14 days. On the season, 3.3 ERA, 115 whip. Less than a home run per 9. Zoom in last 35 innings, 1.8 ERA, 107 whip, 0.3 home runs per 9. They're getting it done. Harvey and even Finnegan, they're just getting it done. So maybe like a Mets money line is probably juiced up again. I'm talking to myself. 243, no thanks. Absolutely not. So let's take Nimmo and walk away, hopefully being a little bit responsible. Who's up next? All right, I got 3 more. We're going to cruise in with more than enough time to circle back and do an afternoon parlay. Maybe it'll include some of the stuff we covered again early. The 4 o'clock stuff is just in this dead zone. I like having games all day, but from a content creating standpoint and, even a consuming standpoint, it just becomes difficult if you're not catching this live to be on top of baseball happening just nonstop. So, all right, it's the Flatfish of Florida, those Tampa Bay Rays. And Sugar Shane McClanahan going to the wrong side of the tracks in Chicago to meet the Pale Hose and Dylan. Stop, cease, and desist. When I see these, I generally like auto fade, but we can take a closer look. Right? Why? Because I used to only bet on pitching, but right now it's an offensive world. I was covering the Athletic, BABIP's through the roof, averages clicking up because the home run to plate appearances is starting to drop again, and the stolen bases per plate appearance is just crazy. So offense is big. Runs are up. Runs per game are up. It's hard to bet on pitcher, especially if you have the offense behind you. And I'm looking at you, White Sox. That plus 130 right now, just not enough because that offense is despicable. Let's get into it. Sugar Shane, 186 ERA, 103 whip on the season, 547 OPS. Oh my goodness, he is the man. PFIP below 2, right? I mentioned look at earned indicators below 3. FIP, expected ERA, deserved ERA, all below 3. PFIP below 2, 32.5 walk. 10.5 walk, 32.5 cam, 10.5 walk is a bit too high, but he can live on the edges, right? 20 swinging strike, 34 CSW, 40 whiff. What? 39 O swing, 73 zone contact. This is what a Cy Young profile looks like. 258 expected WOBA on contact, half of a home run per 9. just doing the thing impossible. He's impossible on righties. 517 OPS, 35% K rate against righties. Gotta love it. Let's look at that Chicago White Sox offense I mentioned before. Despicable. Oh my gosh, despicable. 290 expected WOBA on a season against lefties. Bottom five across the board. Average, OBP, OPS, walk, swing, strike, O swing, ground ball, line drive, pull, hard hit, hard. It's just despicable. And last seven, even worse. 230 team OBP, a team OPS below 500. How? 31% K rate as a team, 36% chase rate. I don't really do these, and I'm sure this is probably juiced up to the balls. But while I'm rambling, Jay, you got strikeout props? You got strikeout props, right? What's the Sugar Shane prop look like? It's probably 8.5 when juiced, whatever. That's why people often ask me about K props, and that's why I don't mess with them. It's the juice I can't mess with, dude. I just can't get it. I think he gets 7 Ks, but I can't. I start seeing foul balls. I get sick to my stomach because I lay juice for that. No thanks. But the strikeout rate is there. All the underpinning stuff is there. Flip side, Dylan Cease. Who again, I tend to really like Dylan Cease coming into the fantasy season. I know people talk about the walks. Like, I get it. Walks are a thing. But just be careful with these arbitrary numbers. 10% walk rate. If it was only 9. If he walked one less batter and 100 hitters, you'd be sold on this guy. He strikes out the world. I mean, so, again, just a little bit there. So 26 and a third so far this year, 2.73 ERA, 118 with 565 OPS, earned estimated all strong, 29% K to 11 walk rate. There's that scary walk rate, but 12 swinging strike, 28 whiff, winning in the zone. He's not getting the chase that I thought he'd get. I think it's brighter days are coming. He was keeping the ball down 46% of the time. We love that. 4% barrel, 0% blast, 287 expected WOBA, 334 X on contact. He's been very, very good, K'ing 30% of the righties that he faces. So first 22 innings pitched, he only gave up 5 earned runs. Last time out, he goes 4, gives up 3. So here we got it, people. My bad chalk of the day are the people going after the Rays offense. Because we want to BTFD on Cease, even if it means with a no play. The fastball is down a mile an hour, but he had the mile to spare. It's still 96. 277 excellent. Wow, 20% whiff. And he combines it with that ridiculous slider. So I think Cease is not only fine, I think the arrow is pointing up for Cease. Man, I should back it up. I have some cool stuff on McClanahan. Well, anyway, McClanahan is like the sickest fastball ever in the history of mankind. Location, shape, and velo, all the stuff I mentioned, 11 inches of vertical with 10 arm side, 97.5, and he throws it high. It's just, he's a sick robot, So anyway, back to Cease. Rays offense, gold star on our nose here, because we did kind of call this out. We were betting Rays props every day, and we pulled the brakes. Not like these guys are bad, but we did kind of call it that maybe they were over their shoes. They're still number 1 on the season in a lot of stuff, but you got to be careful of that because again, we're starting to get to the point now where 27 days in, and if you went nuts the first 12 games like you did, you may lose a little bit of context. Not focusing solely on F7, on last 7, L7. But looking at how these things kind of work together, right? Looking for trend indication, leading indicators. I like to look at discipline. Now let's get into it. Tampa Bay first in a year, runs, homers, average, OBP, and OPS. Fly ball, hard hit, barrel, WRC plus, like everything. But last 7 going into tank. Why? Because the disciplinary stats were the first to let us know the K rate as a team at 27. O swing at 34, in zone contact 84. That's not going to do it with a 7% barrel rate. Whether WOBA is below average, I think this matches up well for Dylan Cease. And I think the Rays start to press just a touch. And again, they'll get it going, and they will be awesome. They're very good. This is not like Yankee hatred whatsoever. Farthest from it. Just trend indication. And again, we called it. We called them nosing down. So I think now is the time where I've just heard a lot of today. I consume a lot of content, watch all the betting stuff on Twitter. It's all really bad. The baseball stuff is it's really bad. It's really, really bad. But what can he do? Hopefully, that creates more square action that we could then, duck, dip, dive, duck, and dodge, and, work around. So anyway, I guess I probably should have been looking at the under, but I think I saw 3.5. And I struggle with that. I just can't go under 3.5 as if it's not like these things don't work, right? We miss F5 team total. So obviously games go under. But I just can't do it. So I'm going to leave it. But again, that's something that you might want to sniff at. I don't think either one of these teams, I think both teams are outmatched in the box for 15 outs. Like I fully believe that. Yeah, Jordan Moss and Whitey's are a mess. It makes you sad. Yeah, it's making me sad. I got to stop betting on them. We had that F5 team total the other day, and it's, man, some teams just feel like they have no chance of scoring 2 runs through 5. And it's funny, it ain't Oakland. It ain't Washington. Right now, it's Chicago. Terrible right now. Just despicable. All right, let's move it up. 2 games left. The Kansas City Royals with cheese going to the Twin Cities. It's the old man long in the tooth. Zach Greinke going to meet the Twinkies and Tyler Molly. Greinke so far 27 and a third, 4.6 ERA, 1.3 WHIP, 760 OPS. I mean, I've always gone after Greinke. The stuff plus is garbage. He doesn't K anybody, no swinging strikes, doesn't get any chases, lots of zone contact. He's even getting hit hard, but like the badness really low. Listen, the expected WOBA on contact is north of 400, like it is. The ex-WOBA is north of 350, like it is. Home runs per 9, north of 1.5, like they are. I go after this guy. I know he throws it's a lot of junk bowling and stuff. He confuses guys, but I don't think we can let that get us off our work. Excuse me. So 3 earned runs, at least each of the last 3 for Greinke. 16 innings, 11 earned, 5 homers in that span. Lefties have a 5.63 slug year to date. Within the arsenal, curve, fastball, change, and sinker, the entire basket, have a minimum 500 X slug. Let's get those. A Palea props up. Get my paisan Joey Gallo. You say Jerry Gallo? No, not Jerry Callo. Gallo with a G. Now, the home run prop is probably gross. Yeah, no thanks. Out. I mean, again, this is, you could get, again, we got 2 over 1.5, which is what we're looking for. So we get plus 120, drop a dime on Gallo. Imagine, I don't get it, man. You can't pay $275 for a home run if the total bases is 120. You just can't do that. The math's not there. You just can't do that. You can't do that. Especially that you can get to the 2 bases with singles. I know Gallo's not a singles hitter. Imagine if he had 2 singles in a game, it'd be crazy. But it's just a point. It's still part of the probabilistic outcome. So Greinke kind of stinks, right? Gallo kind of awesome. I mean, it's been kind of cartoonish for him, and I think we're in that phase still of people not necessarily buying it, but like he's awesome. I mean, it's just, I know people hate it, right? He's awesome, and again, for a guy like Gallo, carrying a 28% strikeout rate against righties, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, if you told me coming into the season Gallo would have a 28% K rate, I'd have him on every single fantasy team instead of none of them. Because cartoonish, not even the word, 39 PAs so far this year against righties. 273 BA. What? 848 slug, 576 ISO. It's ridiculous, yo. 1 double and 6 homers. Oh my goodness. Listen, that explains the total on the home run prop, but don't buy that, right? Those could be double. Don't buy that. If he hits a home run, he hits a home run. You take the total base cash, and that's it. I know it gets even worse, right? See the granular stuff. Gallo again against righties on the year. 86% hard hit rate. You heard that right. 36% barrel, 492 ex-WOBA. And we're going to get a plus 120. So let's go. We'll take it, right? Get it where we fit it. Around here. Twins, other side, Molly. Man, I was here kind of buying this Molly love. The fantasy community is really into him. 3.32 ERA, 115 whip through 21 2/3. Mixed bag on the estimators. FIP at 4.4. Sierra, expected ERA, PFIP, nice and low, below 3 3/4. Deserves ERA north of 4. Right contact, not so great, that means. The walk rate is low because the Ks are too low. Whiff rate too low at 25. First strike rate too low at 54. I don't like that. Contact rate a bit higher than I thought at 86. Fly ball rate higher than I thought at 42. Hard hit rate higher than I thought at 40. Keeping the barrels low. So he hasn't gotten barreled up, but he has given up homers. And a plus 900 OPS to righties. This is Tyler Molly. So looking at the last game, he went 6 1/3. He gave up 1, but it was against Washington. I know we like, but they're not good against righties. It's the fastball, right? 93 miles an hour is okay. The shape very good. 13 times 10. 13 vertical, 10 horizontal, right? 13 nice and low. 10 inches nice and high. Hello. But the problem is the righties, right? Like I mentioned, forcing the fastball in there 52% of the time. That usage is very high for a 552 X-Lug 12% whiff, right? Way too much hard contact, not nearly enough whiffs. Missing middle. I had Bobby Witt ring here, and I kind of was cowardly. So bring up the Witt props. What do they look like? Maybe I gotta just get with the program here. Again, not being afraid of the anti-split, reverse split. Witt total bases plus 120. And I mean, this guy's lead, right? Is he leading off? I want to make sure. I mean, I know we're getting the plate appearances. Bobby Witt leading off, I mean, every single day. And we're getting the extra frame on the road. Let's bag it. Let's go. Dime bag on Bobby Witt. I think, his indicators are starting to click also. So Witt on the year, right? It's been far from great. 737 OPS, 260 average, 178 ISO. Just really not great. But it's been as of late, I think. I think he clicked on a recency thing. Last 35 plate appearances, 900 OPS, 235 ISO, 560 slug for Witt. So he's starting to actually get it done. A triple, three doubles, and a ding dong. Yeah, I'm going to get with that one. Definitely get with Witt. So I'm feeling that for sure. Hopping into the offenses, right? Besides that, the KC offense has been really bad. Twins offense has been really good. I think they probably feast. This one going to get settled in the bullpen, where they've both been so bad, though. It's hard to rely on. Maybe this makes like a twin parlay play for later tonight. But it's very hard to rely on a team to get a cover when you have a 5 ERA, last 45 innings, 88 zone contact, 9% barrel. Twins bullpen just been a disaster. I tend to like these guys, right? You were getting Lopez and like Duran. It's ought to be really good. And if you're not getting those guys, which is funny because that's sometimes the problem, right? If you're up 4, you end up getting the trash. They give it all up. Bullpens this year have been extremely wonky. We're starting to watch them kind of fall apart. So I think I'd avoid the sides on this one. Sorry, I was trying to shoot over to the man. They are tempting us. They are just absolutely tempting us with the 1.5, the price on that. I think I tend to like the 04 also, the F5 04. Let's get into the last game, though. It's the New York Yankees, those Bronx Bombers, the Pin Stripers, and the Coltrane. Went ahead to meet the Texas Rangers. It's Gerrit Cole and Andrew Heaney. Let's get into it. Cole's been a GOAT, 34 innings, 0.79 ERA, 0.79 WHIP, 423 OPS. I mean, he's been unbelievable. 219 FIP, 0.88 deserved ERA, just breaking stuff. 125 stuff plus on the fastball, 29% K to 8% walk, which for him is fine, right? Excuse me. Because of the whip, elevated whiff rate, winning in the zone, kind of all the stuff you'd expect. Maybe most importantly for Cole is no home runs yet. Now, that's going to regress, obviously. But the 256 expected WOBA on the year for Cole is really, really encouraging. Last game, I mean, this is what it is. He went 5 2/3, gave up none, and I wrote dip. Right? It was against Toronto, and that's probably just about the worst start you're going to get out of Gerrit Cole. So he's split proof. I just can't believe this. A 211 WOBA on the year against righties, 191 against lefties. Fastball, one of the best in the game. 12 vertical times 10 horizontal. Just as good as gets. That's one of the best fastballs in the game, coming in above 97, and he throws it up and misses up. Slider curve and the changeup pairing with that changeup filthy ortho with a 40% with ortho. Sorry, I got a cough drop. Try not to be rude here, people, but I'm really not doing great. I don't want to lose my voice, right? We need this. We need the golden vocals. So Cole looking really, really good. Yankee offense woke up yesterday, part of that early parlay. Yes. I mean, listen, they were going to stay down forever. Disciplinary stats still kind of trashy, but they're starting to click up for the Yankees slowly. Right when you see the Yankees start to walk and make contact, that's usually a sign it's coming. 9% walk. Zone contact getting near 85 last 7. Team OPS at 646 is trashola. Texas has been great last 7 days. 888 team OPS, 378. OBP, 385 team WOBA, double-digit barrel. So Cole, big test today. It's just hard to go up against him when he's grooving like this, right? This is the $300 million pitcher. I mean, that's what you're getting. This is the double-digit K guy. But again, like I said, is coming off not a great start, so it's almost like I don't know where this progresses to. Flip side, Andrew Heaney, 4.34 ERA, 1.34 WHIP, 7.10 OPS. Like I thought it'd be worse than that. XFIP, Sierra, PFIP, all above 4.5. 11% walk rate, probably what you'd expect. 24 CSW is too low. The first strike rate's really good, and the in-zone contact rate is good. So that's kind of probably been the key to the success, I should say. When you're getting ahead and winning in the zone, even without the elevated whiff rate, he's been helped out with some BABIP, but he does allow a lot of fly balls. So that's kind of part of it. But the 10% barrel, no blast, 1 home run per 9. So I don't think I'm buying this. 46 fly ball, 10% barrel, no home runs. I don't know about that. The first name that came to mind, of course, is Aaron Judge, but he's been very bad against lefties. I wonder what's going on. So I brought up Gleyber Torres. I mean, anytime you see a lefty, you know you can get Gleyber. He's cleaning up for the Yankees. Against lefties always. Gleyber, I thought I had a note of Gleyber. I do. Versus lefties year to date, 82% contact, 22% barrel, 519 expected wOBA. How about that? How about that apple? God, I mean, that's just crazy. I'm surprised the odds are where they are, all things kind of considered. But again, yesterday said the guy who went 0 for yesterday. But so Gleyber on the year, 15 plate appearance against lefties, 900 OPS, 300. I'm sorry, that was the last. Sorry, start again. Gleyber on the year, 24 PA. Sorry, 267 batting average, 967 OPS. That was what I was looking for. Excuse me. With the home run, I think we might get another one today. But let's get the extra bases. So plus 130 for the Yankees cleanup hitter against Andrew Heaney, who I think we're about to see the stinky side of. Heaney, last 3 games, 5 gave up none, 5 gave up none, 6 gave up 2, and like I mentioned, no home runs. Remember, we've talked about buying the dip. The flip side is to sell the rip. So I'm going to sell the rip and go after Gleyber today. I think the Heaney train comes to a screeching stop, throwing the fastball 92 miles an hour, which is not great. 63% of the time. It does work very well with the slider. I'm not trying to knock the guy. He's not terrible. But I think the regression monster is coming for Heaney, hopefully to beat the hands of Gleyber. And again, you're never going to go wrong betting, I should say, on Aaron Judge to get a double, right? He's a walking double. Guy, man, wakes up with 2 bases in his pockets. And when it has happened the past 2 weeks or whatever, once he gets going, just get out of the way. We want to see him produce, though, first. Remember, he slid and got kind of touched up. Want to make sure he's playing and he's healthy first. Yeah, Nick, I got you. If anything, I think if Judge is playing, he's fine. So if you get plus money on Judge, that's great. I'm just worried that, I just want to see him hit something hard first. Just make sure his hand's okay, whatever. I worry a little bit. So, Jake, can we recap what we got, and then we'll flip. I'll bring up my algo, and we'll do a daily. How many likes we got? Drop it in private. So we got Jock Peterson, over 1.5 total bases, plus 130. Mike Trout, over 1.5 total bases, plus 105. We got 70 likes. We get 3 more. Can we get 3 likes? 20 likes. Come on for this parlay. Let's do it. Mountcastle, over 1.5, but he's going to get the hybrid love, right? So it's out of 12, 2 and 10. You get out of 10, you go 2 and 8. That's fine. However you want to slice that pie, it's delicious. So Mountcastle over the total bases, but I also like the home run. Austin Hayes at home run because his home run prop is at 540. The contact is so poor for Hayes that if he gets it, it's going out. So let's stick with that. Speaking of which, Kerry Carpenter, that same game, plus 750 for a home run, just $2. 0.02 units, I should say. Right? Nobody, bet $2. Am I supposed to make money? Well, if your unit is worth $1,500, well, congratulations. You're going to make some money here. All right. Then it's Nimmo. We're going back to the well. Leading off plus 110 by 300 hitter. Gosh, you so many. Maybe we should have known because it was at the Gore. He's going to get the T-dub today. Then keep scrolling. Let's go. After Nimmo. Bobby Witt over 1.5 total bases. He's starting to get going. Joey Gallo over 1.5 total bases. He's a machine. And Gleyber Torres over 1.5 total bases. A nice total base ticket. Again, hopefully we don't repeat yesterday. But again, with the odds that we're getting, we get to keep our win percentage nice and low. Again, I'm the king of low expectations. All right. Time for it. Did we get the 3 likes? We clear 20. We got 20 likes. All right, let's try and make this. Let's try and make some money, man. Again, we're going to have this conversation about man versus the machine probably a million times this season. That was like, oh my God, like you hit this parlay. It's so cool. I didn't even put any thought into it. I just reading the algo. And that's why people do better on my stuff than I do my own, because I spend my time putting out content when I should be worrying about betting. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, serious bettors spend all the time thinking about stuff. So, all right, let's dive into the algo. Oh, I mentioned one right off the bat, right? Oh, I'm lost already, Jay. I am. I'm lost. It's bad. It's bad. I'm lost. No, I'm spinning off the rails. Okay, I want to get the one we mentioned first, right? So we mentioned, was it San Francisco money line? Okay, Jay's showing me with the cursor, so I had a different screen up. So, wait, is that? I'm lost again. Wait, that's yeah. Okay, plus money, right? Okay, I see minus 135. Oh, that's plus 1.5. Meaning these lines are all. Oh, okay, I was reading it wrong. I'm sorry. I was used to the full page. My bad, Jay. My bad, everybody. All right, I'm back on track. Sorry, in real time, Jay. My bad. I fumbled that ball pretty horribly, man. My dude. I see it. I see it now. I'm an idiot. So yes, San Francisco to clear the 1.5 at plus 140. We love that. We also mentioned the Angels to run away at minus 135. These are full game. All right, now I'm going to dive into the early stuff. We got Miami and Atlanta. I've got this one just so close. Oh, that one already started. So did the Dodgers and the Pirates. We're not going to do that again, John. The other two games were Seattle and Philly. All right, what's the total look like? Because I think we want to go under. If we're going to do full games, let's just stick with a full game parlay then. So let's go under the full game, Seattle, Philly. No, I'll pay the 10 cents to get the extra half run. Oh my gosh, people, that's a really great lesson in real time. Look at this again. Betstamp.app/call to the pen. Tell them Big Johnny sent you. Oh my goodness, minus 105 over 8, minus 115 over 8.5. I mean under. I'm sorry, but same idea. So that's the third leg. We're gonna go under in Philly. Right, we've got Kirby, we've got Strom, we've got two strong offenses and two pitchers that the model really likes. In fact, I've got it at flat 4 through 5, so I'm way under F5N for the game. Then the last one, man, it's probably a San Diego cover. It is. Well, big money on the cover. Let's do it, Jay Bird. San Diego to cover up the Cubs minus 1.5. I got plus 150, plus 150, plus 160. San Diego full game run line cover. Right? So I'm saying that right. San Diego full game run line. Plus 112. Okay, if that's what we got. Yeah, okay. Well, I wonder if that moved quite a bit, or I'm getting a really good line offshore. So shop around, people. Yeah, to be honest, I don't need to be well, we don't have a sponsor, but yeah, you usually try not to quote offshore at all. People act like it's Voldemort, but I'll tell you what, the service you're getting these American companies as well, it's terrible. It's terrible. I'll race you to see who could place a bet first. Me offshore, you're in DraftKings, entering 6 times, fingerprints, and data. This location doesn't work. It's so frustrating. Spinning wheels, changing prices. It's like it's such a scam. So, okay, let's go with San Diego on plus 112. That's funny. In real time, I got plus 158 in real time. So I'm gonna absolutely hit this one. So let's lock that one in. What did we do yesterday? 5 Afinsky? 5 spot? Yeah, 5 spot. Let's do it, man. At plus 15 to 1. I love it. Man, if these start to go poorly for us because we hit yesterday, we'd be a little aggressive. These we probably should be betting 2 and not 5. Again, conservatism at the core of everything that I do. Let's chalk that one up. These are, so I got 4 o'clock, 3:45. So these start at 1:05, people. If you happen to be catching it up, you got 5 minutes. You know, we got 5 minutes, and right, that's life in a big city to go with the early DDP now. Well, that's why you caught me stumbling, because I want to make sure I get it in too, man. I want to play. So right under the 8.5 Mariners Phillies, we got Padres for the cover, we got Giants for the cover, and Angels for the cover. Nice fatty right there, and hopefully that's a score for us. I can see this one ending well for us, right? Well, of course, I got logged out. I'm going to be doing the fingerprint thing. So let's get out of here so I can bet in the 4 minutes. Thank you for picking up what we're putting down. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Call to the Pen HQ. Make sure you tag Raw Pizzola, the pizza man, bringing you the large round. Big man, big mouth, big apple. Love you all so very much. We'll check you tomorrow when you work this hard. There's a lot less like luck with 1 second to spare. Peace.